Berlin Championship match. In case you missed the Coco Pegula tiebreak earlier, yes, Pegula did win that match. Obviously, she's here in the championship match, but Coco would only win one more point in that tiebreak. Pegula would win the second set tiebreak 7-2, and she finds herself here in a battle with Anna Kalinskaya. But before we pick up here, a quick rundown of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Homburg, that started today. Ekaterina, the fourth seed, takes out Nadia Podoroska. Diana takes out Mira Andreeva in 3 sets. Arantxa Rus is live right now with Paula Badosa. She's down a break. If Paula Badosa holds, she'll take the first set. Yulia Putintseva wins the Birmingham Championship. She takes out Ayla Tomljanovic in straight sets. And Helena Kalinina, Eastbourne, UK qualifiers. She takes out Lauren Davis in straight sets. Petra Martic falls in straight sets. Selena Evanesian. Magdalene comes through, takes out Stober in 3. Greet Minon's going to make the main draw as Camila Osorio is exhausted from that match with Freck yesterday. Walkover. Greet Minon advances. Sofia Kenin looks like she's not going to make this draw. If Victoria Golubic can hold on, she's going to win. She took the first set. She's up 5-love in the second set. What is going on with Sofia Kenin? Ashlyn Kruger taking on the wild card McDonald, up a set and a break. If she can hold, she will find herself in the main draw. But let's pick up here. Big game Jessie P taking on Anna Kalinskaya. Now, Pegula was up a break in the first set. All she had to do was hold on. And I say it time and time again, in a professional tennis match, the hardest thing to do is what? Hold on. That's right. She was up 4-2, but Anna would break back, and Anna is playing solid. Now, I want to talk about Kalinskaya for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We saw her have her best run at a Grand Slam earlier this year at the Australian Open, where she took out Katie Valianets in the first round, Arantxa Rus in the second. Sloane Stephens went 3, but she got the job done. Polini in the round of 16 before losing to Queenwin in the quarterfinal, but it still went 3. Her best performance at a Grand Slam. And what about Dubai, right? Her best performance at a master event where she made the championship, and she took out in 1 week 3 former or current top 10 players. That's right. She took out Elena Ostapenko in the round of 16 in straight sets. Coco Gauff, at the time the world's number 3, in 3 sets. And she said about Coco in that victory interview, she said, I could feel her power and her aggressiveness right up to the last point. Amazing. And she took out the world's number 1 Iga Swiatek in the semifinal in straight sets. Before losing to Bellini, I told you guys Jasmine would win that championship, but it went 3. She's having her best year as a professional. Now, I do feel she hit a roadblock or a speed bump during clay season where she didn't make the Stuttgart draw. She was bounced out of there by Sarah Irani in the quarterfinals. Madrid, she was bounced out in her first match by Sarah Balek. In Rome, she did get out of the first round, beating Clara Tauson, but Svitolina, the defensive powerhouse, took her out in straight sets. Strasbourg eliminated by Wong in the first round. The French Open, she did get out of the first round, beating the French woman Claire Buell, but would lose to Bibi. Now she looks solid again. She's playing well on grass. Even though her round of 16 and quarterfinal match, she didn't even finish the first set, getting victories over Vondrousova, who got injured, and Sabalenka, who wasn't feeling well. But the win over Vika, very impressive. And look, Anna's all smiles. And I told you, I'm watching her game closely. I want to see the improvements. Not that it's Sinner's responsibility, but when these WTA players date the ATP guys, I like to see how their game improves. When you share a passion with your significant other, I want to see if they can help you improve, because Serena Williams said it best. I'm pretty good, but I couldn't even win a service game off of some of the worst ATP players, right? She said take someone like ranked 100 and it wouldn't matter, because the guys, there's no comparison, right? We know that. But in terms of watching tennis, I used to watch ATP a lot more, but I just prefer the WTA. I think it's much more competitive, and I think the ATP, the defense is just not that great. I mean, you have your guys like Big Foe that leaves it all on the line every match. Andy Murray's still doing it. Let's hope he's okay, right? Carlos Alcaraz, Alexander Zverev. Those guys are amazing, right? But center as well. But there's a gap where there's a lot of men that they're just not great defenders. And if you watch the ATP, a lot of the guys, I'd probably say a big portion of them are just holding, right? Whereas the WTA, it's much more exciting. You get a lot more defensive plays, you get a lot more breaks. I don't want to watch a match where everyone's just holding. It gets a little boring. I want to see the defensive excitement, and Carlos Alcaraz brings that. I'm telling you guys, Carlos Alcaraz, I think he's going to pass at least Nadal in Grand Slams. I think so. He's going to have years where he's winning Wimbledon, the US Open, and the French Open. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. But back to the match here. Kalinskaya all smiles as he takes the first set. Now, Pegula was up 4-2. I'm not sure what happened, but I've said this in the past. Kalinskaya is that type of player where she plays possum. She is very explosive and fast. She has a level to her that if you take her lightly, you're going to find yourself down a break and you cannot catch back up because she's that good. How did she do it in the first set? Well, listen, guys, two aces, Pegula, two aces as well, but the first serves in 80%. She really made up for what she kind of suffered on the first serve, where Pegula won 45% of those. He made it up on the second serve by winning 75% of Pegula's second serve. And the breakpoint opportunities, that one extra one there, got her back into the first set, and she was able to pull away with 6 extra points in the first set tiebreak. Now we headed to the second set where Pegula's on the move. Pegula is such a fighter, guys. Along with Elena Rybakina, I think she's the best at in-match adjustments the entire tour. That's right, because she's so smart. She's processing data so fast and she's so calm, you never see her sweat. And I think that's an edge she has with at least a lot of the younger opponents, because you never know if she's rattled internally, because she'll never show it to you. And right now, she's on the move in the second set. This is going 3, guys. Get your popcorn. Pegula's going to be tough to beat in the third set. We'll be right back.